Okay, so last class we have completed this login and post login, right? So coming back to the next topic, we are discussing about the user management. User management. In the user management, what did we completed so far? Adding the user, right? Editing the user. And third one, reset the password. And fourth one is prevent the user from login. What are the different ways we can prevent the user to log? What are the different ways? To prevent the user from logging, what are the different ways?
Freeze and
deactivation and freeze.
Freeze and deactivate.
Deactivation and the freeze. And right now we have to, I guess we discussed about the login access policy.
Yeah.
Which is nothing but enabling the login option. For user. And right now we are going to discuss about the login history. Login history. Okay. What is this login history? So login history is basically this login history will give all the information. When you say login info, all the information in this organization. In this organization, whoever the users are there, all the users information I can capture. When I say all the user information I can capture is nothing but this user manager from where this person has logged in, user testing from where this person has logged in, user development from where this person has logged in, what is the IP address, what is the browser that these all are using, and from which other places they are logged in. So everything can capture here. Everything can capture here. So if you see here, so we have it different times. Okay. So this is my credentials. Okay. This is my credential. Wherever Swapna batch 3 you see, that is my credentials. So I logged in on 9/7/8/36. Okay. So Amala is logged in 7:34 p.m. PDT, United States, where Raj is logged in from India. So from United States, where are these information? So they are using Amala is using the Chrome of 105, where others are using the 104. Okay. For Amala, somebody was trying gun, then the computer activation is required. So that means there is a validation ID was required because I was trying to log in as an Amala where it asked verification ID. So that verification ID is failed. And next time whoever is logged in as an Amala, they have logged in from India. But first time when it logged in, she logged in from the United States. And these are the HTTP methods, get post. What are these? Get post is nothing but those are interfaces. So we are working on the Salesforce. But whenever I log in, whenever I click on this account, what is happening at the backend? There is an integration is running on the backend. What is happening in the backend? Get me all the accounts. So there is a get method is executed. So ultimately there is a API that gets executed because when I click on this account, it has to go to the Salesforce database. If I have to go to the Salesforce database, then Salesforce might be having some connection with my org and their org. So it has to have, there is a connection should happen with my org and their org. From that, it should get the database information. So what it is doing, it is getting the all the database information get. And next time this user, whoever is the user is there, first time it is logged in, second time user is inactive. User is inactive. Now in case if you wanted a download, you can download the information. You can download the information. And this Excel sheet is going to give the same information that we could see here. Okay, these are the usernames. These are the login time, source ID. Okay. So Amala, for the first time, from where she is logged in, she is logged in from 72.219.157.203. Next time, whoever is logged in, they logged in from the different IP address. So which is a wrong one. So platform is Windows 10 and browser, they are using the application browser. And that is a login IP. TLS protocol and TLS, these are TLS cipher suit is same for all the, this is specific to the org. And country, if you are logging in from India, it is going to show the country in and US if it is a US. And it also gives me the city and subdivision, country and postal code, latitude, longitude, everything, all the information it is going to give me from which location the person is accessing the org. From which location the person is accessing the org. So they will give all this information. In interview, if you go for the admin interview, okay, only for admin interview, some people might ask, what are your day-to-day activities? So, and where can you see your day-to-day activities? So this is the place where we can see. This login history is very important for the administrator. In any organization, whether it is a small organization, big organization, or medium MNC, or whatever the organization it might be, there is a one person who is the admin person. They will keep an eye on it. The person will be always monitoring this. There is a one person, we might not be aware it, but there is a one person who will be always monitoring these information. Basically, who all are logging into our Salesforce org, and when they are logging in, what is the time they are accessing it, from which location they are accessing, and from which city they are accessing, and what is the IP address they are accessing from it. Is it common IP address that every day this person was logging in? The same IP address, am I getting it, or am I getting the different IP address? So those are all information captured from here, right? So it is very important. In case if you have laptop is not working, the company laptop is not working, okay, so you have to log in from different IP or different laptop. In that case, you have to first inform your PA saying that my laptop has crashed, I cannot log in, so I have to use my personal laptop in order to log in Salesforce. If they approve it, then only log in from the personal laptop. Otherwise, do not log in from any laptop. There is a question that is going to raise by you. So for example, what ideally company will be doing is, there is a person who joined newly, okay? So this monitoring happens till we get good bonding with the new members. So for example, there is a new person joined in the company, and we do not know. Nowadays, everybody is working from the virtual, right? We do not know how the person is working, whether they are really working or not, or what they are doing it, everything we wanted to check. So what company do is every weekend, like every Friday, we submit a timesheet. Along with the timesheet, they also capture every week of the Friday, they will capture this history. Specifically for that person, whoever is joined, the new person, only that person. How can I capture only for that person? We can create a new view. I can create a new view. I can give the they will ask first time because when the person is joined, company is going to provide the laptop. So when the company provide the laptop, they will be noting down what kind of a IP address and what are the TLS protocol, everything they are going to note down. So based on that, I can give some information here. I can give the information here. I can give the information there. I can give the TLS or I can give the login type or login time or application login URL TLS protocol. Usually TLS protocol is the one which is captured. Okay, so TLS protocol and authentication method references. So any of this, they will use it. Okay, any of this, they will use it. Or else what they will do is they will download the complete CSV file. They will download complete CSV file. Then they are going to filter it here. They will apply a filter here to look for only specific person. So in that case, they can monitor the specific person of the new member, whether he is joining from the same laptop or multiple laptops together, he is logging in, everything will be monitored. If there is any doubt is in this history, they are going to raise it to you. They are going to raise it to you. That's the reason whenever you are logging in from different laptop, please inform your respective project manager or team lead, whoever it is there. Tell them that my laptop is crashed, so I'm going to log in from the different laptop and this is my IP address. So that we are safe that, okay, this person is genuinely working on, it's a hard working kind of a thing, they are going to monitor it. Right? So for example, let's take an example. Amala is there. Okay, for the Amala, I see that one person is logged in from the United States and one person is logged in from India. And this is keep on repeating. Almost for 2 days, we could see that there is a multiple logins are there and multiple times they are logging in. So what will happen? Possible that maybe Amala shared the credentials with another person. Okay, in their team, she might have shared the credentials. So Amala is working from US and somebody in her team is working from the India. For some scenario or for some reason, she has shared the credentials to the another developer. Now, because of that, we could see that Amala credentials are logged in multiple times. And she was there for in the system for a long time. Okay, she was logged in multiple times and somebody has logged in multiple times. Now, in that case, there is a discussion happens between the Amala and the project manager. If there is a communication went very well, that Amala is able to communicate the project manager saying that I'm not the person who is logging in. I'm only logging in from the US. I'm not from the India. So I don't know who is logging in. We don't know who is logging in with the Amala credentials. Could be a internal user, could be a somebody else, or could be a hacker. Okay, anybody can log in. So in that case, what is the best way for the admin team? what is the best way for the admin team is expire all passwords. Expire all passwords. So what will happen? Everybody's password is going to reset. Everybody passwords are going to reset it. So whenever next time, tomorrow morning, whoever is logged into this org, they have to set the new password. They have to set a new password. Now, once the new password is set, then I can capture my login history again for this week. If again I repeated to see this, then again I reset the password and we will set the password for Amala. Admin team is going to set the password for Amala and share it to the Amala, saying that this password is known by you and me. So either you have to log in or me have to log in. If anybody else is logging in, or if you are sharing with the password with anybody, just let me know. Like that conversation is going to happen. So these are the trial to know that who is logging into this org and which credentials they are logging in and what are the places they are logged in and when they are logging into the org. Everything it is going to capture. Clear? So we have to be very careful on that.
Madam, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like if we are like while working, if we are remoting somebody our laptop access, suppose, so does it capture this also?
Try that. I don't know. I have not tried it.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So next topic, we are going to move on roles. We have another topic which is called as a role hierarchy. Role or role hierarchy. Right? So we will see what is the role hierarchy. We will see what exactly the role hierarchy and what is the use of it. How to configure the role hierarchy in Salesforce. How to assign the roles to the user. How many ways are available to assign the roles to the user. We will see that. And when we assign the roles, what is the benefit of it? Why do we need the role? Is role is mandatory for everybody? Okay, so these all we will see that. Okay, so first of all, role hierarchy. So role hierarchy is nothing but, let me take a real-time scenario. Okay, I have a company. Okay, I have a company or the organization I have. What is my organization? Let's assume that Samskar IT. I have an organization. In my organization, we have a different people. We have a different people. CEO, right? CEO is the person which is very high level. Person is very high level, Chief Executive Officer. And within the CEO, we have assume that CFO. CFO is nothing but Chief Financial Officer who is going to take care of only financial matter. Okay. And then we have COO. Okay. And COO is Chief Operating Officer. So they will take care of all the admin things. And then next person we have is CTO. This is Chief Technology Officer. Chief Technology Officer. Now inside this CTO, okay, I have one more person, which is called as a SVP, Vice President, Senior Vice President. Okay, and inside this Vice President, we have another person, which is called as a VP. Now inside this VP, we have another person, project manager or program manager. Program manager. And for this program manager, again, we have another person, project manager. Project manager. And for this project manager, we have a technical lead. Technical lead. For this technical lead, again, we have people, senior software. We know all this from here. So technical lead will have a senior software. Right, software and a junior. Okay, this is the structure of the company. This is the structure of the company. We have a organization. In my organization, so many employees are involved who are working on different various department. So each employee is having a specific designation. Each employee is having specific designation. That means the roles. Each employee will have their own roles. Depends upon their year. So each person will have their own specific designation. That means a role. They will be having their own role. Depends upon their year of experience. Junior will have probably just 1 year or 5 months or 6 months. So depending upon their year of experience, or depending upon the technical skills, each employee is having their own designation, or we will assign the role to them. So as part of my organization, we have some setup role. Like CEO role is a top level person. He is a founder of the organization. This person does not report to anybody. He is at the top level. He does not report to anybody. And we have some subordinates for the CEO, which is a Chief Financial Officer, Operating Officer, Technology Officer. Okay, these are the subordinates. And each subordinate has their own role. What CFO has to do only to take care of the financial. What COO should do only operating hours. CTO only taking care of the technology. So everybody has their own role. And these subordinates reports to CEO. These subordinates reports to CEO. Okay, so this CFO is reports to CEO, and this COO is reports to CEO, and CTO is reports to CEO. That means these all are subordinates. These all are subordinates who reports to CEO. And this is superior. Superior is at the high level. Now for the CTO, again, he has a subordinates of SVP, Senior Vice President. He has his own role. And this person is report to CTO. So that means this person SVP is a subordinate. He reports to CTO. That means he is a supervisor. So this is what hierarchical method we call. This is called hierarchical method. Hierarchical level of CTO, hierarchical level of CEO, hierarchical level of VP, hierarchical level of program manager, hierarchical level of project manager. So this is entirely a hierarchy. So in your company, whenever they are presenting the hierarchical representation, they will have a tree structure or the hierarchical representation of the reporting. So this is the same thing. So VP, Vice President. Under the Vice President, we have a program manager. Under the program manager, we have a project manager. Under the project manager, we have some technical leads. Under the technical leads, we have some team members like software engineer, senior software engineer, and junior members and various members. Okay, could be a QA developer or anything. Business analyst, anything should be there. Okay, so when coming to the organization, we have a various of designations are, otherwise we can call it as a various of roles. Role of a junior is a different, role of a technical lead is different, role of project manager is different, role of CTO is a different, role of CEO is a different. So everybody has their own role, what to play in day-to-day activities, what to do in day-to-day activities. In other word, we call this CFO, COO, CTO is siblings. We have this is called as a siblings. Why this is called as a siblings? Because they are in the same role. They are in the same, because these all are reporting to the CEO. These all reporting to the CEO. So we can also call them as a subordinates. Subordinates are CFO, COO, CTO, and superior is CEO. So for example, assume that we have a technical lead role. Technical lead role is there, right? What is the technical lead role goal is? We have to, what are the technically the team is facing on, we need to resolve. The person has to be resolved. Now tell me how many technical leads that we have within our organization. Is one or multiple? Is it possible one project manager, inside the one project, this is my project, okay? Assume that this is a big project. Inside this my project, how many technical leads do I need?
One.
This is a big project. Multiple teams are working on it.
Then
Multiple teams are
technical
working on it.
leads.
That means I need a multiple. If it is a small project, then I need a one technical lead should be enough. If I have a multiple projects inside the, it's a big project and multiple teams are working on it. When I say multiple teams are working on, is nothing but one team is Salesforce team. Okay, and one team is marketing team, and one team is Hiraku team, and one team is MuleSoft team. So this everybody is working on this project. That means for everybody, I need one technical lead. For marketing team, I need a technical lead. For Hiraku, I need a technical lead. For MuleSoft also, I need a technical lead. So if project is big, then I need multiple technical lead. It's based on the project level, project requirement, the growth of the project. I need those many technical leads. Now, one technical lead is taking care of finance model, or one technical lead is taking care of some sales, or one technical lead is taking care of MuleSoft. So we might be having multiple technical leads within the same project. It is possible. So guess, so we assume that we have multiple users. That means the same role which is assigned to the multiple users, right? Now I have multiple juniors are there. I have 10 junior members. 10 juniors members will have a same role. I cannot change for the each junior. Each junior, I cannot change the role. The role is same for all the junior members. All the technical lead role is same, right? Same role can be assigned to the multiple users. Same role can be assigned to the multiple users. Now, what is the relation between the role and user? What is the line on?
One too many.
One to many. One role is connected to the many users. Now, user to role,
1-to-1.
one-to-one relationship. So this is the relationship between the user and role. So for each user, we can assign the role. Whenever we are assigning the role, what will happen? They are supposed to perform those roles. So if I assign a user, if I assign a role to this person, okay, when assigned to the role to this person, what should happen? This person, whatever is doing the activities, the technical lead should be able to see. The technical lead able to see. Let's assume that I have a CFO, okay. Whatever the CFO is doing the work, there is a role assigned to the CFO. Whenever the role is assigned to the CFO, the CEO should aware or should see or should have access to see the information about the financial. CFO will have access to see about the operating hours. CEO should have access to see the information about the technology. That means whatever the subordinates are working on it, the superior should have access to see what is the work that they are doing it, how the progress is happening on the specific work. They can see the report, or they can see the records, they can see the status of that work. They can see how much the work is done by the superior, right? Same way in Salesforce. So if you take the Salesforce real-time example, in real time, we have a sales manager. Okay, we have a sales manager. Manager is sales manager. Inside the sales manager, we have a sales executive. We can also call them as an agent. We can call them as an agent. Like for example, when you go to buy a vehicle, what is the first thing you will do? You will consult, the agent will come and ask you, what is the requirement? So this person, the sales executive person will come to you and ask, okay, what is your requirement? Which bike you need, or what is the speed that you are expecting? What is the mileage you are expecting? Everything this person is going to ask about, the personal details, everything, and where to ship the vehicle, everything this person is going to ask. Like that, we'll have a Salesforce executive one. Salesforce Executive 2, Salesforce Executive 3, multiple members will be there within the company. And these all reports to sales manager. These all reports to sales manager. Now, at the end of the day, Salesforce manager responsibility is to capture the percentage of work that is done by the each sales executive. Capture the percentage of work that is done by the each sales executive so that the sales manager will report to the CTO or CFO or CVO, whatever the higher management is there, or they will report to the project manager. Okay, so this sales manager is going to report to the project manager saying that today these many percentage of sale happened. Now, how this is going to happen? Like by end of the day, this person has to send a report to the sales manager saying that I have done these many. I have done 10 leads came today. Today 10 leads came. That means 10 members came for verifying or checking the bike. That means 10 leads came today. Out of 10 leads, 5 leads are maybe they might convert to the opportunity. Out of 10 leads, 5 leads might convert to the opportunity because they are interested in so and so vehicle and they are ready to pay for the amount. So this data everybody has to send in the team. Suppose one person missed to send a report. What will happen? Senior manager does not know what is the sale that this person has done. How many leads that this person has captured, we do not know. Sales manager does not know. Now there is a lot of burden here on the sales executive or the agent that they have to send at the end of the day entire report to the sales manager, and sales manager has to review that. Now, if I give access to their records, you can go to their records and you can review how much is done by based on the user. Sales manager can review based on the user how many leads came today and how many supposed to convert to the opportunity. Everything this manager can review the information if I give the access to each sales executive, right? This manager, whenever he wants or whenever she wants, the sales manager can run a report or can check the records that are created by these people. And they can create a report and send it to PM, right? If this person is forgot to send a report to PM, PM will have access to review that report. He need not to worry about this person sending an email or something to the PM. No need to worry about that. As soon as your report is created, just inform over the phone saying that I have already created the report. This is the report name. So project manager will come and check the report. That's all. So there is no email communication, nothing need not to be there. So who will give this access? This access is given by the role. Role is going to extend or going to give the additional access to the superior, saying that, okay, these persons are under, is reporting to you. They are part of your role. So simple functionality is role hierarchy will make the subordinates record visible to the superior by default, so that manager can able to monitor your performance. Manager can able to verify the progress of your work, which you are working. You do not need to send an email notification at the end of the day. That's right. So you need not to send a separate email to the notification. Now, same thing for coming to the Salesforce organization. By default, Salesforce is providing the role hierarchy. Salesforce is providing the role hierarchy. By default, Salesforce is going to provide the role hierarchy. If that role hierarchy is, if it suits for your organization, then you can use that. In case if any of the role hierarchy doesn't suit for your organization, either you can rename the role or you can delete the role. You can rename it or you can delete the role. Either of one, we can do that. Either of one we can do. In case if it is suits for your organization, keep that role. So it is a flexibility, whichever the role you want, you can create it, or existing role, you can edit it, or you can delete the role, and you can implement your own hierarchy. If you have a different hierarchy, you can implement that hierarchy. Right? So that is what is overall about the role. So let's go ahead and role hierarchy. So what is the role hierarchy? Role hierarchy allows us to make the subordinates records to be get visible to the manager, or you can say superior. Whoever is your superior, that person by default. By default. What does that means? That means once a sales executive creates a record. This is in terms of a Salesforce. Sales executive is nothing but we call whoever is working on the field, whoever is on direct communication with the users. We will call them as a sales executive, or we call them as a agents. Okay, creates a record inside the object. Agents creates a record inside the object. The record, whenever that person is created the record, the record get visible to the sales manager by default, so that manager can measure the progress of the work. Progress of the work based on the, they will prepare the action based on they can prepare the action plan, what needs to be done tomorrow. Okay, so Salesforce provides by default role hierarchy. Default role hierarchy for each organization, for every organization, whether it is a dev addition, whether it is a unlimited or whatever the addition it might be, every addition or every organization will have a default role hierarchy, and which can be customizable. Or removable. Customizable or removable. So now here a user should be associated with the only one role. A user should be associated with only one role. But role can be assigned to the role can be assigned to one or more users inside the organization. Inside the organization. Right? So now where can we see all the user role hierarchy information? Where can we see the role information? View all the roles information in user role object. In user role object. In user role object. You can see all the role information inside the role user role object. Now let's go to the Salesforce. Let's say role. So we have a roles here. When you go to the roles for the first time, this is the screen that you will see. It will give the understanding about the role. Set up your role hierarchy to control how your organization reports on, access the data. How your reports on and access the data. Sample hierarchy they have given here. Okay. So we have a hierarchy, different hierarchy. We have territory-based sample, product-based sample, company size-based sample. Territory-based sample is nothing but we have a on top executive staff and we'll go from bottom. So we have a sales representative. So this sales representative is reporting to the sales director and the sales directors are reporting to the executive staff. Now, if you go to the product based is also same. Okay, so we have a sales representations, we have a VP or all the VPs and all the VPs are reporting to the staff, executive staff. So could be a VP or could be a CFO, CEO, anybody can report to the executive staff. This is the product based. Company size based is nothing but we have a for example, Fortune representatives or marketing representatives or sales representatives. So these are the representatives are reporting to the directors and these directors are reporting to the executive staff. So these are the different type of role hierarchy. For now, we will go with the territory based sample. So executive staff view and edit the data, roll up, forecast, and generate the reports for all the users, cannot access the data of other executive staff. That means whatever the below, whoever is reports to the executive staff, everybody data, he can access it. But if he have other executive staff, if we have other executive staff data, this person will not be able to access it. Only the one who reports to the executive staff, only that data he can access. Now let's go from the bottom. Sales representatives view, edit the data, roll up, forecast, generate the report only for own data, cannot access the data users above and same level. So for example, I have an international sales representation is there. Okay, this person is there. Now this person able to access the data only that is created by this person. He cannot access other sales representative. He cannot access other Western. He cannot even access the high level data also. So this person will be able to access his data, cannot access the other sales representation data. Whoever the other salespersons are there, this person cannot access. Now same here, but all users directly below cannot access the data of user above at the same level. So I have a director here, sales director. Sales director is able to access the data of their own records as well as whoever is reporting to the sales director, their information can be visible. Now this person cannot see the other director information, and he cannot see the executive staff information, right? So that is about the role hierarchy. Now we'll discuss later the actual practical one tomorrow. Fine. Any questions?
Ma'am, like as you said that roles are like it's very important one, but while creating user, like why it kept as an optional part, like
So that we will discuss tomorrow. User roles are not mandatory. Roles are not mandatory at the user level. For example, I have an admin team, development team. Okay, why do we need the role there? They are implementing the project. They are implementing the product. I need not to assign a role for that. If you are in the company, if you are in the IT company, then in the IT company, it is required your role. But inside the Salesforce, for the admin team, for the development team, do I need a role really there? They are system admin. When they are system admin, they will have access to everybody's data. When I am an admin to the org, I should be able to see the data for everybody's, whoever it might be, irrespective of the role, I should be able to see the data because I'm the admin. I'm the developer. So in that case, I do not need a role. So role is not mandatory every time for the user. We will discuss that tomorrow.
Can you discuss about views, like which record who's seeing, like?
Yeah, so that is we will discuss tomorrow. But as I explained it, which records who will see, that's what I have discussed right now. I was explaining till now that is the same records. The records that are created by the sales representation here, whoever is there. Okay, so this person able to see the records of this person and he cannot see any other person data at his level or at the above level. This person cannot see. When it comes to the director will be able to see the information of their own information as well as whoever is reports to them. So that person will be able to see the data of sales representative and the sales director information, but he cannot see the information of other director information. Now I have a CEO. Okay. Now we have a CFO, COO, CTO. CFO cannot see the information of COO. COO cannot information of other data. But CEO can see the information of all these three. Now I have a CTO. Okay. CTO can see the information of SVP. But COO, who is an operating officer, cannot see the information of CTO. There is no access for this because the role hierarchy is they all are siblings. When they are siblings, they cannot see each record. They cannot see each other record. Only the person who reports to them, they can see the information. Okay. Practically, we'll see tomorrow how this is working, but this is how the structure is.
But in subordinate level, they can see each level records. I'm assuming, like, if it is possible.
Yeah, we will see that tomorrow, why they are able to see the information.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, then we are done for today. We'll connect tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, madam.